Hi everyone, today I want to show you a make that I've done with the new club members free gift from Hunkydory. The toppers and the main cards here are all your freebies, and then you can upgrade for a few extra pounds, and you get your little book, which is full of, let's put it the right way, full of lovely little nice images, and you get double-sided papers and some Matastic. Now all of this, the bite-sized book, the toppers, all of it is done on Matastic, so you can ink on it, stamp on it, watercolour on it, wax crayon on it, do whatever you want to do on it. Okay, so I'm just going to today I just want to make a simple card for you that uses the little book and a couple of sentiments from it. Now we'll do a slight variation on this because you only get one of, I've only got one of that sentiment, so obviously I used it when I was making this, and I used my bits of green card, so we'll be using a different colour from the set. So as you can see, it's actually a column card. The original idea I picked up from Sam Calcott at Mixed Up Crafts. So that was my original where I saw the idea, and then I've just done my own measurements, my own way of working. So what you'll find, because Matastic is one-sided, you just need to be careful how we fold it so that we get the colour all in where we want it. Okie dokes. So to start off with, we're going to need 2 pieces of card. Now what colour should I do this one? I think I might go for this one for this card. Okay, so you want 2 pieces of card. They're exactly the same. So I use this one. This comes with the upgraded kit. Don't ask me what colour it is. It's sort of a bluey purpley colour. And we want to cut both of them 10 inches by 6 inches. Okay, so if I bring this down a bit, so that's 6 inches. And then we want to go to the armour 10 inches. And we'll do the same on this one. 6 inches and 10 inches. I like the colour of this card. It's blue, but it's not blue. It's got a bit of a purpley tinge. So let's move that one out of the way. Okay, so we've got our 2 bits of card, same size. Now, as I do with my others, I'll pop the measurements below, but you can get the idea here of what we're going to do. So you need a scoreboard of some sort so that you can do your lines, and take one of your 2 pieces with the coloured side up. If you're using white card, doesn't really matter. It's going to make life easier because it can be up whatever way up you want, but I like having the colour on it, so we need to make sure we keep the white in the right place. So on this first one, we're just going to score at 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, and 4 inches. Okay, so that's quite simple. And then the other one, pop that to one side for now. Take our other piece, and this one's slightly different. Okay, this one we're going to score at 5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches, and 9 inches. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we'll move the scoreboard out of the way. So we've got our 2 pieces here. Right, so let's take the first one we did, which we scored at 1, 2, 3, and 4. And on this one, you're going to be folding, this is going to form the back of your card. So we're going to turn it over so that the white side is up, and we're going to burnish each of our lines inwards. Okay, like so. So you can see that will form that pillar. Now, if we did the same on the other one, you're going to have a white piece of card here, which is not what we want. We want to have it with the coloured here. So when you take your other piece of card, this time we're going to score it slightly differently. So you take your 5-inch crease, which was your first one, so your big bit here, and then take your first crease line, I think you just about see it here, and we're going to fold that one in half in effect. Okay, so that's that. So that is going to make your upright. Now for the rest of them, we want to go the opposite direction. So we're going to go that way, that way. See what I'm doing as I go along? So that first one we did as a valley, and all the rest are mountain folds. And what will happen is that will go round to form your other pillar, like so. Okay, so the first thing to do now is to stick your two pieces together. So I'm just using, because this is Matte-tastic, I'm just using Premier Craft Tools construction glue. Use any glue you like, double-sided tape. I like wet glue because it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. And it's not coated, so I can use anything. So we then line that one up on there. Okay, right then. So you can see here, what we're now going to do is we're going to fold this. If I put it out right, you might see a bit better. Fold this in till you've got a cube. So what you actually need to do, you can see, is we're going to put glue on this one down here, which will then stick in there, and we're going to put glue on this one down here, which will stick on the back. Okay, so glue again, so down both of these two, and then we're going to roll it up without getting it all over your fingers. Oh, yeah. Make sure it's in tight. Form the tower there. There we go. And then on this one, we're going to be sticking this one on the back there. So on this one, we just need to put the glue on the one. So it all goes together quite simply, and it works perfectly at this size. To use a page from the bite size book, I called it little book earlier, but they call it bite size when it's little. There you go. There's your tower card. Squash that down a bit. And what will happen is, if you see, it'll actually still fold flat for posting. So you've got a dead flat card, and then when they open it up, it stands up like that. Okay, so next we need to pick an image to go in the middle here. Use, well, that boot one. What else have we got? Oh no, I like that one. Isn't that cute? Yeah, I love that one. The little snail and the little mouse asleep on top of it. Now, it's going to be, it's the right height, you'll find, but it's going to be slightly too wide. So you just want to trim off little bits. You're going to go down to about 3 3/4. Now I tried to take equal amounts off each side, so we're going to trim this down to 3 3/4. So that should then fit in there beautifully. So let's get our glue. Put some more glue on here. Pop it down. So you can see our card's starting to take shape. Right, next off, we're going to take some of the double-sided papers from the collection. A few to choose from. Gosh, got loads of them. And we have one that I cut the other one off up for as well. Not sure where that one's gone. Anyway, so I've still got a few to choose from here, and like I said, they're all double-sided, so we can have pink, we can have flowers. Not sure I'm particularly keen on that. The yellow, that goes quite well. And the flowers, again, I'm not the biggest fan of the flowers, but I like the yellow. This one, those flowers work much better. Actually this, it matches perfectly with that, so I think I might use that on the inside ones. And then I think that looks great with the little ladybirds. Unless there's anything that I prefer. Others, no, I think that's the other one with the grass and the flowers. I think we'll go with these two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do ladybirds on the pillars, and I'm going to do purple on the outers. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be cutting 2 strips from each, and you're going to need them to be 3/4 of an inch in width, so that will fit on here, and they're going to need to be 5 3/4 in length. So let's cut these. So 3/4 inch by 5 3/4. 3/4 of an inch by 5 3/4. I want it 5 3/4. Yeah, I did. Thought for a minute I cut it at 4 3/4. So that's those two. Then we need to do the same on this one. So let's go from this side. 3/4. Now I want to try and get some ladybirds in here, so I'm going to work out where I want to cut this one, so I get the most of the ladybirds. On here, and then another 3/4. This has got quite a lot of ladybirds on. So I think we'll go from the top, probably all on that one. 5 3/4. Okay. Move all my papers out of the way and get back in with these. So I've got 1 2 3 4. So let's take my purple ones first. Pop a bit of glue. Use any pattern papers. You can use, if you've just got the actual free gift, you can use the cardstock as well. It doesn't have to be papers. So it's just I like to save my cardstock for making the sort of card shapes, if you like. I find that I feel I'm getting better value that way from it, but that's just me. Okay, now when I stick these on, I need to make sure I've got my ladybirds up the right way. We don't want any upside down ladybirds. So that one can go on there. Again, you can use tape if you want to. I just find that the glue gives you a little bit of wiggle room, so I do prefer to use that. And that is that one. Okay, so we've got a lovely little tower card. And then what we're going to do, actually I did this last time, is find a sentiment to use. Now then, the last one I put one across the top, so all I did was I took the scraps that I'd cut off of the cardstock and I made a strip and put it across the top, because that was the sentiments that went quite well with it. However, if you look at the ones that sort of match with this colour, they are more rounded in shape anyway. So we've got wishing you a speedy recovery. That works quite well. What else is there? Some ribbons there, but that doesn't really match. I think that's the best one, but this, I might be able to use the ribbon. I'm not sure. You'll just have to sort of, you can gauge it yourself whether you want it on there or not. So let me think, if I put that across with that on it, yeah, I quite like that. So I think we'll go with that. So I get some scissors. We're going to do this one slightly differently. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this across the bottom. Okay, so we're going to put this one across the bottom. Let's look at where we want it to go. I'm going to end up covering up some ladybirds. That's okay. Right, so we just want to put a bit of glue on one end, and that is going to go on there. And then you want to make sure your pillars are square, and you can see roughly where you're going to want your glue on here. And we're going to pop that one down on there. Now I would let that set for a little bit before I try trimming it off. Let's just cut the pips off of this sentiment. Now it's a bit better, and then we're going to pop that one on there. So let's just put a line of glue along the middle, like that, and then pop it on there. We're about in the middle there. That's probably had long enough now, so I can trim that off like so. And there you have an absolutely beautiful, it's not quite stuck yet, tower card. Stands up like that, and it's got lovely depth and dimension, and it will, the glue's not stuck, but it will fold flat for postage. So if we wait it, if you wait a couple of minutes, just need the glue to go off. Don't be too impatient to fold it flat. Okay, so that's all how simple and straightforward it was to do. So all you needed was 2 pieces of card that were 10 by 6, page from a little book, or bite-sized book as they call the cub gift ones, some pattern papers for your panels, and then something to add your sentiment on. And we've got two very different but both really cute little cards. So they were, like I said, they were tower column cards. Yeah, so there you go. Hope you enjoyed that and have fun creating, and more soon. Thanks, Em.